Good morning, everybody. It's Kula Dula from RawStocks. We have another edition of our pre-market prep, and you do not want to miss out on this. Tesla's potential boom today. NVIDIA has its wall at 175, and Mr. Captain Condor is back at it. We're going to get into it. Let's start. Okay, first thing first, clearly we have a little bit of data dropped this morning. That's Jolt's coming in at 9 o'clock, so that's going to be at 10 o'clock Eastern. And we're going to have some vehicle sales as well start to drop. But your big one this morning is going to be your Jolt's job openings. This is going to be an interesting little peek. And then ADP non-farm employment change. This is going to be interesting because this is data directly from ADP, private company. Now, how they submit the data, do they submit that to the labor guy with Trump? Who knows? I'm not positive on that. That's something we can look into. But that's going to be interesting tomorrow. But today, Jolts are going to be 30 minutes after open. So be very careful around that time, 30 minutes after, that we see some type of directional move. All right. All right. So let's get on from that. NVIDIA, strong sell down from the daily 4. We talk about using the daily 4 for distribution all the time. We're in kind of that demand zone down here, that 170 to 165 zone. And that's going to remain the same based on the data that we're seeing. So speaking of data, I want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors, Black Box Stocks and GammaEdge. Without those guys, we would not be able to provide this data. We would not be able to trade with such accuracy that like we do without them. So shout out to them. If you're interested in trying those, take a moment to go take a look at my profile, my description, wherever you're looking at this, and go use the links in my bio or my description. Kind of depends where you see this, right? It's all over the place. Okay. So let's get right into it. So yesterday, like I said, daily close under the 4 showing still weakness. Huge close under the daily 4 here. Is this signs to be that potentially we have some more pain coming? Well, that's all to be seen. Okay. But I know what we're going to see today, and that is Mr. Captain Condor. Okay. That is right here. Okay. So full complex here, call dominated, 6,600 to the upside now has grown. Okay. So now we're talking all brand new all-time highs at 6,500. Will we get over this little spread here at 6,500? Probably not until probably the end of September, to be honest with you. But our past September, we might see a push past that and look to target 6,600. But this is the first time we've seen 6,600 print to the upside, showing that we're still bullish. Floor remains at 64.45 as of right now. Is this going to be something that we potentially have a bounce and start to make our way up? Today, though, on our 0 day, you can see that there is a condor here. All right. This is the top of it. This is the bottom of it. So you're looking for a potential short at 64.50, 64.45, looking for it to roll back down towards, say, that, realistically, based on the data that we're seeing, it wouldn't be surprising to see us come down to test 64.15 or into that 6,400 level. Okay. Would not be surprising to see that. Currently, we sit at 64.36 roughly, right in that area, right here, right at that low. Let's take a look at SPX. So that puts us right about in that 64.36 area. If you take a look at our range today, I've taken the liberty to go ahead and build this out. You can see if we're sitting right here around 64.36, we're right near our gamma wall for the day. Okay. Now, albeit this is more so like this right here as far as resistance goes. Let me just Let me chalk that up right there. Okay. So this is more so like 64.50 to 64.45. This whole 5-point spread right here is going to be resistance for you on the day. Break through that, we could see a decent squeeze, but I wouldn't be really sold until we probably bust over it, closed our gap here, retested it for another move back up. Okay. Just that first squeeze here, I'm not going all in or any type of upside. Plus, we don't like buying up here anyways, right? We like going short here, looking to target these to the downside. And we like going long down here, looking for the inverse, right? So that's the way we like to play. However, today, based on what we're seeing that potential move from right where we're at open to that push towards 64.45, and then at that point we're going to make a decision. At this point right here, you can see us drop and make our move down here. Don't be surprised to see this dip get bought up here, as this is a potential floor for us to move down. Okay, or excuse me, a ceiling for us to move down on. All right. But if this is the floor being bought up right here, that move would be the potential start towards 6,500 and 6,600, the new print to the upside. Okay. But we've got a long month to come. That 6,500 position is a quarterly position, and we're expecting that to kind of stay. They have taken some profits on that, but it still remains the same, and it's only gotten stacked on since then. So keep that in mind. So as we look at this, your bearish flip for me, I don't know what happened to my level here, but it's below 6,400. Get below 6,400, this is your flip to the negative side, and you could look for it to push down towards 6,370. As it stands, you can watch a buy here at 6,415 or into the 6,400 level, a real tight stop, looking to see if this thing wants to bounce and retest this zone. Otherwise, when we see these condor days, they usually draw from one side to the other, right? So this would be act as resistance, and then they would look to close this out. They would close their puts, but they would remain with their positive side here, and it would draw it back up once it visits down here, and they close out the other side of this. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. I mean, it doesn't necessarily work like that every time, but we do see a lot of times on condor days that they visit both sides of here. So if you're looking for that lottery play, or if you're looking for that larger play, this is those type of days. Okay, where you see it make all the way down here. Now, can this move down here, come up here, retest down here, kind of fall and then chop and then come back down? Sure, it can be the whole day for this to happen. So you need to make sure that when you're up here and you're looking for a play down here, that your premium price reflects a good reward for you waiting all day for that, because it doesn't have to be right off the rip. A lot of times it is, but at the same time, that does not need to happen right off the rip, and so you need to be careful about your premium prices. All right, moving on. NVIDIA, this beloved ticker here has gotten a little bit of sickness. We can see, based on the range that I built today, you're going to see 175 is a high, positive support at 172. Lose 170 though, the floor is at 165 now. Okay, we still remain very call dominated. We're in bullish positions on NVIDIA. We're hoping for a bounce. We're hoping through a break through 175, but right now it kind of looks like 175 may be the damper on the day. Overhead shorts here above 175. So there's going to be some negative pressure here at 175. Know that that's going to be resistance. Okay, it might draw us to it, but there will be resistance into 177.5 and 175 here, mostly at 175. Okay, the move here would be, if you think that there's a deeper sickness or deeper move for the downside coming, right? You're looking for this to virtually make this push up here. Make this push up to 172, 175, and look to see if this thing wants to drain down again, probably targeting that 165 range. I don't think we're going to get anything further than that, but at that point, I think you could really look for the long off of that 165 visit. All right. That has potential right here. But if we do break through 175, 180 is definitely the target to the upside. But as of right now, based on what we're seeing with the Condor, it makes more sense for this thing to try to push at 172.5, and then maybe find itself falling and retesting 170. And this is going to be a little sub range for a potential move to the upside or a potential move to the downside, kind of depending on where you break outside of this range here. So keep an eye on this as a potential breakout move towards the upside. And again, that's a good take profit area for everybody at 175. If it breaks through that, then great. 180 is going to be your target to the upside. But right now, it stands to be a big wall in the zero or in the 1 week, the weekly expiration for this to potentially roll back over towards 165. All right, now here's the big one. The one I love the most today. All right. We're in a bearish position on Tesla. I talked about it yesterday, right about the low of the day, where I said I'm probably being greedy. I want to see 320. And we didn't close it out. It was well over 100% gain on this first move down here. And we looked at it and I said, we're still super negative on the data. We're going to let it play and see if we can get down to that 322.5 or potentially down to 320. We didn't see it. So what we're seeing today is a nice setup, a nice base here created under over 332 for a potential move up towards 340 and 345 today. All right. So a great play is getting long at this 332 mark. You would put your stop under 330 and looking to see this thing try to rocket up towards 345. So you could have this all done in one day today, a move off of here to try to press up towards 345. All right. Now, you need to keep in mind that we're up near the top of our range on SPX. So that initial move is likely, like I said, a push up on SPX and then down. So will we see this thing, maybe push up, maybe struggle with 335, or maybe we zip down here to 332 and trying to decide what we're going to do, maybe even find a little burst down to 330 before recapturing 332 for a move towards the upside, but very much in positive territory right now. Let's pull up the data real quick and we'll go over it. So at 332 here, full complex, we start to roll in that transition area where we start to get bullish up towards 350. The weekly has us at 345 right now, but 350 will expand if this thing starts to heat up. And we could see this expand all the way up to 350. Likely this high right here would be your target. If we start getting a squeeze over the top of 345, that would be a great take profit area going into that 350 zone. Okay. But right now, like I said, it's a split area, and this has a really nice look for a potential move up towards 345. So yeah, we're in our 320s. We're in our 320, but we will be looking for a potential upside play to hedge that short-term move up towards 345, 350, and see if it wants to pull back down from there. Or if we do lose our criteria for staying long on the day, then we might see this slip down to 325 and potentially down towards 320. But I lean bullish on Tesla today based on this setup. It's a really nice 10-point, 12-point move, kind of depending on where you're getting in and what you're looking at for a move that could happen today. And that yields great returns. So keep an eye on that 345 call to light up See if that thing's going to press. I mean, that's a pretty serious gain there. If you're able to get in some of those out of the money calls, like a 340 call, 345 call, and see if this thing wants to press up there today. It has the making of a 400% gain, 300% gain. Haven't looked at the contracts, but I can only assume based on where we're at Wednesday, that would have that type of opportunity. So anyways, all right, so that covers that. Hey, I want to talk about something real quick before you guys hop off. Before you get off, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I wanted to go over this because it is very important to know this type of expectations on the day, understanding the movement of the markets based on real data and not some made up lines on a chart. We know where money's stacked, but if you're interested in that, come take a look, come trade with us. RawStocks LLC.com. That is RawStocks LLC.com. We have a 7-day for $7 promo going on right now. It's a non-subscription base. You come try us out for a week, and if you like it, then sign up for the subscription. There's no tricks to it. So come take a look at it. It's the link in my bio if you're curious. I hope everyone has a great trading day, and until tomorrow, we'll catch you later.